Shall we, folks, to calls? Hello. Thursday, 7:30 UK time, studio time, and I've got a guest. Come on, JC. Hello. Right. Mel has been busy. Yes. Mel's been busy. I've been cleaning my studio, so it's all nice and clean for once. It is rather clean today, isn't it?
Looks organised.
Yeah. And those keen-eyed eye of you will notice I have a brew stand. So Mel's incredibly happy. Thank you, guys. Right. Just so you know about the weather. Yeah, the weather in Stoke is fine. Yeah, so it is hot, isn't it? It's warm out there.
It's nice.
Yeah, so no power cuts. Yeah, we should be absolutely fine. Right.
That's what the music used to be at the cinemas.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Odeon.
Did you know, yeah, when we went to watch Deadpool last week, 50 minutes of adverts.
Where did you go? Cineworld.
Cineworld, the new one.
Yeah.
50 minutes of adverts. Yeah, because we were late. Well, we weren't late getting there. We were on time getting there. But our plan was we'd go for a bit of food first. Yeah, but because we were sort of like, we felt we were going to be late getting there, we skipped the food and then sat through 50 minutes of adverts. Whilst we're both thinking, you know, there's Nando's, there's all sorts just outside.
You should go the View. It's a bit further afield for you, but the View in Newcastle, you can take your food in there.
Take your food in the View?
Yeah, me and Beth went a few months ago to watch something, and we'd gone to Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And we got the time wrong on the movie, and it was about half an hour sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh, we're pushing this, right? And then there was a delay on the pizzas. So they were late bringing them. We got about 2 slices in. I'm like, can we take them in the box? Yeah, took them in the cinema, no problem. All right, yeah, do you need the hand carrying that stuff? No, fine. Sat down, and because they've got the trays and recliners at the View now.
Yeah.
Pizza there, me and Beth thought it was the best thing ever. Sitting in the cinema eating hot pizza out of a box.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So yeah, you can take. When we went to see Solo last night, and the person behind us had got a curry.
And the person behind you got a curry.
They got a takeaway curry. And we can smell it. We're like, what's that smell? Somebody got curry crisp, and Tom turned around, got a curry. Eating a curry in the cinema.
Good on them. Right, who have we got here? Let's have a nose. Right, I see we've got about 40 people watching. Yeah, obviously the sun's out, so people are in the pub, UK folks. Yeah, it's always the same when the sun's out.
Yeah.
People don't go online when the sun's out, they go to the beer garden.
But it's quiet out the front here as well.
Yeah.
It's only about 4 cars there.
Yeah, it is quiet. Considering we've got a wedding on tonight.
Alright.
Yeah. Popular wedding. Okay, I see Tam, Fred, hello Kat. I see Max. Hi, our wisdom. I can never do those. Yeah, Technova, Bimoza, Gary. Yeah, Joanne. Odin. Bryn. Insane, I see you. Striking Hand, hello buddy. Yeah, Hunt. I'm glad the tutorials helped, mate. So we are all caught up. If you've not said hello yet, say hello in the comments so I know you're here. Yeah. As always, we're back to the old screen. Yeah, because I haven't put OBS on this computer yet. So, yeah, there are donations, Stream Heroes, links down below in the description if you want to support the stream. Yeah, I'll have to check my phone like we usually do. And we'll whack it on screen when we do. Plan for tonight is, I'm thinking about doing a big Burma build audit. I've decided Thursday nights, yeah, just so you know what's going on Thursday nights, because I was just talking with Jace about this. My Kez has got a job. Yeah, she's finished university. Yeah, she finished on the 10th of May and she completed a master's. She hasn't graduated yet.
No, it's graduation's coming, isn't it?
Yeah. She started one job the next day, did a week. She's quit that job and she's already started the training for the next job. Now, kudos to my Kez. Yeah, for, you know, as graduates go. And not just that, it wasn't a Tesco job. Her first job was a lab job. Yeah, and we're dealing with the toxic waste. Basically, the company that she did a master's placement with, she did a 3-month placement, said, we do some holiday cover for us, you know. So she did a week of holiday cover for them. And she was supposed to do 2 weeks next month, if you know what I mean, in June. But instead, she's got herself another job. Okay, as an ecologist, yeah, doing ecology surveys.
Rather than badger bothering, she's bat bouncing.
She's bat spotting.
Bat bouncing.
And newt counting.
Oh, newt counting.
Yeah, that's what they do in the morning. Yeah, they have to. That's the reptile surveys in the morning. Yeah, but get this for a job. Yeah, she had her first sort of like taster session last night, and at 8 o'clock she left the house to go spend 4 hours standing around a barn with 4 other people and a recorder recording bat noises for 4 hours. At least she's happy. Careful not to mix up the milk and the PVA. I did notice that, and I've noticed that I've had to move my coffee jars further over because I use my coffee jars for my flock, and that could go drastically wrong if I'm not properly switched on.
Oh, they're your cactus tea and coffee jars.
Yeah, they are. She searched as much as she could, and she could not find palm trees. Can I ask something? All acrylic paints are good for modelling? In the main case, yeah, mate, they are. What you tend to find is you want for terrain making, you really want to use house paints. Yeah, the old tester pots. Since I'm answering a question and it's been asked, yeah, they are a form of acrylic paint. Yeah, when you get down to your craft paints and your fine acrylics, they're far more for washes, and the reason being is they're quite expensive when you look at putting base coats down and stuff with that sort of stuff. So you use them for your washes and your tints.
They're more artist canvas painting, aren't they? So they're a different consistency. That's why they're more expensive.
Well, it's a finer pigment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The different consistency, whereas the house paints are fine.
Yeah. Also, the house paints are composite acrylics. And what this means is they're a mix of lots of different colours, which means when you mix them, you don't quite get what you should really get because you're not mixing 2 true colours, you're mixing 2 composite colours. I mean, there could be purple in one of these for all I know.
Well, you've seen when you go, they do all the adverts and they do the colour matching.
And there's a bit of this and a bit of that. And
exactly, they do it in the shop for you. I want a tin that matches this colour of the dog's leaf or whatever, and they do that. It's exactly how they make the paints the same. Except for you're just having your unique colour, and they just make us a range of standard colours. Whereas
the artist acrylics, they're pure pigments, so they're not composite colours, which means if you water them down, they stay, the same tone and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, acrylics are the best, but if you're doing terrain, tester pots, house paints, and use
emulsion.
Emulsion.
Somewhere places call it, don't they?
Emulsion in the US, you call it latex paint. If you're in the UK, don't buy latex paint.
No.
Yeah, latex paint in the UK is a rubber paint that we put over damp walls. Yeah, you could
if you paint it on your hand,
you can peel it,
and you paint your whole hand, you peel it off and get a glove.
Yeah, it's literally like that stuff. So
that won't do with that.
Yeah, no. So don't do that.
Yeah, don't cover your stuff in latex paint if you.
Looks like the problem has sorted itself out. I don't know what the problem was, but I'm glad it's sorted. Do you make your own washes or do you buy ones like Mix? I make my own, mate. Videos in the Back to Basics on washes.
Mixture, Gary. I buy pre-made ones from models.
Oh yeah, for models.
Not use pre-made ones for terrain.
No, it's
waste of money.
Waste of money. Way too expensive. But for models, I'll use proper washes. I use the Army Painter ones.
Yeah, I've used them.
I'm into the Army Painter range.
Different ones. I can't like GW ones, it's just the pots are crap, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
MIGs are quite nice. Army Painter, I forgot what they call, game colour, air colour.
Vallejo.
Their washes are quite nice.
I've got some stuff coming from AK Interactive as well.
Yeah, I've heard about them. I've not used them, but
no, I want to have a look at those.
Most washes out there are quite good.
Yeah.
Because they're all much of a muchness. Some are a little bit better than others. GWs don't keep very well, they separate.
Yeah, GWs are... I mean, to be truthful, if you want GW washes, go for Cote d'Arms, because that's who they buy them off. Or they certainly did anyway.
Yeah, they used to. They're good ones anyway, the Cote d'Arms.
Yeah, they are. They're good paints. Yeah. Now, just to be clarified, so obviously Kez has got this job, but because she's doing ecology surveys, what it means is she has to go out early in the morning, which is fine. Won't affect you guys because, I'm normally asleep early in the morning, but she'll be back in time to take the kids to school, which means I can head off to the studio, get a proper day in, and then she's not due to go out until like early evening to do her evening work. She's doing sort of split shifts, which is that's going to take it out on her. But she's on a 3-week rotator. Now, what this may mean for you guys is Thursday nights, there may be weeks when I'm simply have to do it from home. Now, on top of that, I also have to get the kid from cadets as well in that case. So we may need to do a little bit of shuffling with times and that sort of stuff. We'll work it, don't worry. Yeah. Until I know Kez's rotor, I'm not quite sure. But we'll work it to make sure there's a regular show. Yeah. But what it does mean is there's a realistic chance that sometimes I'm going to be in this studio and sometimes I'm going to be at home. So what I've decided is for the live shows for when I'm here, yeah, I'm just going to do my Burma build. Yeah, it's my project. It's perfect for live shows, yeah, and it's something I want to progress on. And at home, yeah, as Jason's just given me the proper name, I'm making Mos Eisley. Yeah, for Tatooine, for me and Corbin's Legion. So we're building like blue foam buildings and adding bits of plastic onto them and that sort of stuff at the minute.
Domes.
Say again?
Domes.
Yeah, I've got domes coming from.
Domes
Yeah,
and domes.
I've got a load of half spheres coming from Amazon for the domes.
Domes and more domes.
For your washes, do you mix water and pledge or straight pledge? I've never used pledge, to be truthful. Yeah, I know you can. Yeah, it's not something I use.
I've used dishwasher detergent in the past.
I've used
flow aid.
I've used Fairy Liquid as a flow aid. Generally, if I'm
Fairy Liquid's a better one, strangely, because the consistency is different. It's a thicker consistency. Whereas the cheaper ones aren't.
Yeah.
They don't give us quite a good result. The Fairy Liquid's quite good. But anything.
Mel, since the notifications are crap, please post it on the Facebook page. I will, Kat. Don't worry. I'll make sure you sort of, you know what's going on. Like I say, it's just until we get used to her rotor and we know where she is and how her work week works. Yeah. So the medal videos have been done when? They're being done right now, mate. To be perfectly honest, they're on the shelf there.
I can verify. I can testify.
You can't see them. You're not seeing them yet.
But they are very nice, guys.
I'll have to look and get some ones you suggested and look at the plane. No worries, Gary. No worries at all. Hey, Jack. But yeah, that's the basic plan. So, like I say, until we know exactly what's going on, a little bit of up and down, but we'll sort it, and then we'll get into a good routine once we know what's properly doing.
There's lots to be doing.
Yeah. And like I say, I've got plenty to be cracking on with.
Lots for you to be doing.
Yeah. So anyone going to Games Expo? I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'd like to, but I'm just busy.
Are you busy?
Yeah.
See, I went a couple of years ago.
It's quite a good family outing, this Games Expo.
Do you know, from my point of view as a terrain guy, yeah, it was a bit of a damp squid, to be truthful.
Yeah, it's more of a family outing.
It's board games.
Yeah.
You know, when we went and the wargaming, it was literally in one little corner, a couple of stalls.
You'll probably have quite a bit of Legion there and that sort of thing, because Legion's crossing that barrier between board game and tabletop game.
Fantasy Flight are doing that.
Yeah, so that'll probably be there, and then some of the smaller ones like that, maybe X-Wing.
Yeah.
I can't see there's that much Warhammer. Wasn't when I went a few years ago.
So, no, I'm giving Expo a miss.
Pagan.
Oh my God, coming in late, and there's Jace.
Jamie Cook, he asked a little bit earlier, and I think a couple of people asked him about how does he make his Das clay more malleable.
Water, mate. Just a little bit of water in it.
And make sure it's not too cold.
Yeah, obviously, cold stuff's are stiff,
Keep it in a nice warm room before you use it.
Yeah. Although working in your hand can very quickly warm it up, you know. Yeah, chinned it. Indeed. Indeed. On PVA in watered down form. Huh? You got to be careful about mixing PVA in with your DAS modeling putty. I hear this a lot. Okay, and I covered it on the DAS video. Just to be clear, if you mix PVA is a water-based solution. Yeah. If you mix it in with DAS, which is basically a water-based clay, yeah, the volume of water in that increases, which means as it dries, the volume will decrease even more than if you didn't add the PVA in. So, although you do end up with harder, DAS putty, if you're applying it on thin, yeah, you're more likely to increase risks of cracking. Okay, so throwing a bit of PVA in there if you're applying it thin isn't the best thing to do. The best thing to do to control the cracks is just put a damp towel over it as it dries so it can even the drying. Yeah, cracking in DAS modeling putty is caused by uneven drying.
And it always tends to dry out at the edges first.
Yeah. Also the top surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why
edge.
Yeah.
Any edge. That's why.
But the terrain there, right? There's also a bunch of historical miniature games tournaments at Games Expo, but the terrain there won't be anything interesting. Mel, when I was asking about ceiling terrain. Ah, right. Okay. What do you need to know, Cat? You tell me, I'll answer it. But in the meantime, I'm going to make a brew. It's posh, isn't it?
Yeah, ceiling terrain, watered down PVA.
Yeah, watered down PVA. Generally a 4:1 ratio for me, but it does depend on your actual PVA.
And obviously, spray varnishes are good depending on what you're using it for.
Well, spray varnish is for hard surfaces, isn't it?
Yeah.
PVA is for absorbent surfaces.
For nice buildings.
Yeah, nice buildings, rocky outcrops as well. PVA tends to put a bit of a glossy look on rocks.
Yeah, it can, can't it? So
yeah,
you have to go back over with a matte varnish, don't you?
So a matte varnish is normally more preferable. Remember, put your PVA on before you do your spray varnish on your hard stuff. Because if you spray varnish first, your PVA won't be able to soak in through it.
No, it'll slide off.
Yes. As I discovered once. Mel makes the errors, so you don't have to.
Which is sometimes a desirable thing. I use that
not
technique.
The commission, it's not.
I use that technique a lot on painting models. Put some gloss on an area and then just paint the bugger.
Yeah.
And then just wipe the glossy bit free.
I like that.
Saves painting loads quicker, especially base painting.
The power of 1,000,000 candles.
Is that what it reckons it is?
I don't know, but I'm just impressed with it. Yeah, the idea that I don't have to trog all the way down to the kitchen. Yeah, and no bugger can nick me milk anymore.
So what is it? Basically a kettle?
It's a kettle, but just 1 cup at a time.
So it takes the water into a specific area, boils that, and then...
Just enough for a cup.
That's clever, isn't it?
I think I need to start filtering the water. But feel how hot that cup is. Yeah. I need to start filtering my water because the water around here is naff.
Yeah. Stoke water.
Yeah. It's got clay in it, literally.
We've got filters on all our water pipes and taps and everything. Saves having to buy bottles of filtered water, all those Britash filter jugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Just put it on the pipes, job done.
Hey, Back. Hello, buddy. Also, how do you not get air bubbles in Hurst Arts Up moulds when moulding rocks? Dip them in water first, mate. Yeah, if you dip them in water, when they're in the water, just give them a quick brush and shake the air bubbles out of them. Then there's already water in the cavities where the air bubbles would get trapped, and then when you pour into it, that water flows out. That only works with casting powders. If you're using resin, yeah, then obviously you can't mix it. You can't use the water technique because the resin needs to go in, and resin and water don't mix very well at all. Yeah, in that case, you need a vibration table. Yeah, and then what you need to do is you need to go online and you need to get something called a magic wand. Yeah, a magic wand personal massager. Yeah, because those things go like the clappers, and if there's anything that can shake the bubbles out of the Hurst Arts mould, it's one of those.
See Westside.
Yeah, see Westy. See Westy.
Insert link to Westside. When I used to do it, I used to use my Xbox controller.
My wife has checked on the chickens and found one dead. Chicken tonight. That's what we used to do when we found them dead. Yeah. 37 of which 6 Land Raider did Dreadnoughts for much of a week and a half. That's not bad, Odin. That's not bad at all. Evo Stick Instant is fantastic. I've never played with it. 8 of 28. Oh, we got 72 watching. That's it. People have realised I'm here now. Sorry about it being a bit up and down recently with the live shows. Like I say, life's been a bit up and down recently. My spray glue worked just great. I finally used the airbrush to apply it. I just found that for the first layer, I need to have a good distance from the terrain.
Someone was asking a bit further up, they used to spray tacky glue to do the trees, and it never really dried properly. And they're wondering why.
Depends on what sort of spray tacky glue you used. Okay, there's 2 sorts. There's permanent and there's temporary or repositional. Okay, the permanent one they pretty much use for laying down carpet and stuff like that, and that's the one that spreads out like rubber. all over the place. Avoid it like the plague. Okay, it's probably that stuff you've been using. Yeah, if you spray it too thick, it never properly cures. Yeah, so my guess
it ends
is.
up being like yoo-hoo.
Yeah, a bit gooey and you know.
That's the lovely thing about yoo-hoo, but it's not for
effects. Yeah, not for what we're doing. But if you get what you call it, blue tack I use. Blue tack.
Fast tack.
Right, that's the permanent one. And right, here you go. There's two types. Okay, these are both blue tack and they're both fast tack. Yeah, but if you if you see the red label on that one, see how it says permanent? Okay, and then on this one, it says repositional. Okay, this is the one you want for your trees. The reason being is if you use this one, once it dries, yeah, as you're sticking your flock on, if it comes off, you can re-stick it on. But they're both rubber-based glues. And what it means is when once your actual flock is on, you can then spray your tree with a watered down PVA and the water won't affect this glue. Yeah? And so it will seal it and hold it all together. But generally, go for the repositional one, okay? Don't use the permanent one. This is good for things like, if you've got like big boards and you want to glue them down onto a baseboard, yeah, spray this stuff down.
We used to use a very similar one that was a permanent one for when we used to do jigsaws and sticking them to a backing. That's what they were originally for. Yeah. For hobby size ones. Yeah. The other ones for carpet, like you say, but for in the hobby zone, they were originally sold for mounting jigsaws.
Right,
onto baseboards.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like I say, these are good as if you've you've got a baseboard, you want to put a sheet of foam down, you don't want to pee about with waiting for PVA to dry and that sort of stuff. Give it a quick spray of this, slap it down, bit of weight. 10 minutes later, you're good to go. Yeah, so that's the trick on the glues. I use 3M spray. Yeah, 3M spray is good. I think 3M spray is the same as blue tack. Because 3M's Bostik, isn't it?
Yeah.
And blue tack's Bostik as well. So it's probably the same stuff, to be truthful.
Yeah,
you'd have to have a look at the canning code.
3M tends to be a little bit more American, doesn't it? Whereas blue tack's certainly more
it's British. Yeah.
So it's just relabeling it through different markets, isn't it?
No pressure from you. I just felt wrong not giving back to Mel. He gives us so much for free. Oh, don't do it for free. You lot employed me to do it. When I actually get the videos out. There's tons coming. There's plenty coming. Wombat. I know Wombat. Right, where's my phone as well? Because there might have been donators. See, this is why I'm liking this OBS.
Yeah, you don't have to do
I don't have to do this part of it. Right, I do see a PayPal.
It is the future.
We've got our, what do you call it? Yeah, we've got we've got a nugget from Odin.
Try and pronounce that name then. Hey guys, recently stumbled across this channel, got inspired to start making.
I haven't got a hope in hell.
Still saying what to make first.
Zed.
What would you suggest for a complete beginner?
Make
CD terrain.
CD terrain. It's the first video in the Let's Make playlist. Yeah. Surely the aerosol and the blue tack would kill the foam. You don't apply the foam until after you've applied the glue, mate. Anyway.
Yeah, also spraying onto the board and then putting your thing on top.
Ah, you're talking about the big boards. No, what do you call it? Especially with HD foam, it actually takes quite a bit of spray to actually melt foam.
Yeah, you've got to be quite close.
Yeah, you've got to give it a good.
It's not like polystyrene. It's just got to smell it and it'll melt.
I mean, for example, I can use bog standard household spray. And I can spray expanded polystyrene with this without it melting.
Well, they use the permanent tack glue to fix the insulation in place in houses.
Yeah.
The vertical insulation. They don't do anything in your roof or in your attic or on the floors, but when they put it on the walls, they use that just to hold it.
Yeah,
Not to keep it there permanently, but just to hold it while they're doing whatever they do.
What you've got to remember is that it's the propellant in these cans that melts. Now, the propellant is designed to evaporate off, so as long as your working process gives it an opportunity to evaporate off rather than sitting on the polystyrene, you'll have no problem with it melting your foam.
That's why it tells you 30 centimetres.
Yeah.
Which is about 12 inches in old money.
Right. Right, let me get Odin on the screen anyway. Seems strange doing this now I've got OBS on the other computer.
Z. Z's better than Z.
Z.
Yeah. He's ZD.
Thank you, buddy.
Zdrastvuj.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get different types of 3M spray, just like you can get with blue tack spray. Some are good for some things, other aren't. Yeah, it is very much like that. You know what I mean? It's about finding the right application. I mean, I've made the same mistakes. I've gone out and got spray adhesive, ended up with the permanent stuff and tried to spray armatures with them. And that's just turned out, I mean, literally I threw the armatures away. They turned out that ugly. Yeah. But, you know, it's about finding the right product. And that's what the terrainiacs group's for. I mean, I get most of my product suggestions from there, the new stuff to try.
Well, some of that spray glue is quite good if you've got it on an armature to make willows, because it will drop down and hang and it won't seal properly, and so it drips, but then it doesn't drip all the way down.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
And then just flock it.
That sounds like a bit of a messy job. A real messy job.
Jobs,
yeah, but I'm going to end up with an armature stuck to me. So anyway, what are we doing tonight? Well, we're not just having a chat with you guys. Yeah, in Screwfix stuck my mate in his boots to a plyboard ceiling. Yes, he was wearing them. Really? That reminds me, what was the old advert?
It was Evo Stick, wasn't it? It was Evo Stick.
It was Evo Stick.
Well, they had the guy and the...
Yeah,
and the,
do you remember that? They used their overalls and then he was over crocodiles. You got to be confident in your glue to do that.
And in a helicopter.
Yeah, they flew across a city or something, didn't they? Hanging off a boat. I wonder how much he got paid for that.
They stuck into a glass window, didn't they, at the top of some really tall building, and then put that in the building and he was still stuck to it, kind of thing.
You've got to have confidence in your glue, haven't you, to do that? Now, I'll tell you what, if it was like the CEO of the company, you know, I'd have a lot of respect. I mean, with stuntman, one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the CEO said, right,
faith in my product and I'm in it.
Yeah, and I'm going to dangle myself off a board.
A bit of Barry Scott.
Yeah. Now I will go. Thanks for your help and your tips. No worries, hon. No worries at all. Hey, Bill. No one said palm trees. Calm down. No one said palm... Oh, God, more PayPals. Right. So we know what we're doing tonight. Because I want to start catching up on my Burma build stuff. It's been a while since I've done any Burma build stuff. So
it's been ages.
I want to get it out. I want to see where I am with it, what I've got to do. On top of that, we've got the Sarissa Precision stuff.
Your Burma build was just when you were about to do the mats, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because you got the mats in to check it and you were doing your own mats to compare. So that's how long ago that is.
So, you know, so that's what we're going to be doing. Also, I want to pack it up so I can get easier access to it. Because it's sort of bits there, bits down there. So I'll sort that. But that's my plan. First, anyone want a monitor or 60? Sorry, that was Facebook. My phone's opened on Facebook and a mate of mine's just posting what you call it. Right, B Mozza, let's get him on the screen. He sent us 5 nuggets. Thank you, buddy.
You haven't got your target on here either.
No, I haven't. This is why. Not just that. OBS backs up all its data to the cloud or your settings.
Oh, so you can access it from another source.
Yeah, so I just log in.
So you log into the same one.
And it'll be, the counter will be there, all the tracking. Yeah, I just need to put it on this and just install it. OBS also runs a lot, what do you call it?
Yeah, we're talking about smoother.
A lot smoother,
yeah. A lot less intensive on your CPU.
Which should result in a better, what do you call it? Oh, and we've got another one from Ludo T. See, I won't have to do this once OBS is on. There we go, guys. Right, Mel, you were mentioning... Oh, no, I mentioned palm trees when I talked about the sugar and coffee jars. Yes. I used some water-based spray glue that was not surprisingly water. And it ran if you oversprayed. Yeah, that'll happen. I used spray on the second dipper. I used Hobby Tack first. Yeah. And light spray. I use my spray. Works a treat. My wife is making bows, as in English long bows or in hair bows.
Yeah.
Your answer will affect my interest.
Making bows of boats.
Bows, yeah, it could be a bow of a boat.
Yeah.
She could be a shipbuilder.
Yeah. We have all sorts of clever people, don't we?
What's up with PayPal? Charges to send Mel money went through the roof. I've heard that before. Yeah, keep me sort of...
The only thing I've noticed, which has changed on PayPal lately, is if people are sending money from one currency
to another.
I think there's a $1.99 charge plus 3.45%.
Is that what it is? It's a currency charge.
Yeah, conversion charge.
Saying that, I can't see that lasting long. Yeah, because if it's affecting me at my level, then the people who take the big streamers who are taking money online, it will be denting them.
Yeah, well, it'll dent everybody, won't it?
Yeah.
It's a massive hit. It's supposed to be so... Well, it's ridiculous because it's supposed to be helping to combat the new laws, reinforce new laws about money laundering. But how's that going to affect money laundering? They're going to get charged $1.99 and 3.45% on 20 million.
That doesn't...
They're not that bothered, are they?
No.
Really?
No.
For a legit transaction.
It's only to GBP, it seems. So if you transfer to GBP...
Well, I looked earlier today. It was showing me for dollar. I actually looked at it today, strange, because I was looking to try and convert some currency.
From 3 pence to euros 1.99.
Yeah.
Damn, that's ridiculous. I imagine that decision is going to get reversed once it settles and people realise, because there's so many people. I mean, that was the whole point of PayPal Me, to make it cheap and easy to directly send money from online donators.
Yeah, you don't even need a PayPal account with PayPal.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Do it from wherever.
She has on his patriotic one with stars. All right, she's making proper bows. PayPal are corrupt. Bit like that, to be truthful.
Well, that's why Mr. Musk sold it on, wasn't it?
Yeah, he sold it on and got out of the biz, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
Said here, have it, Mr. Facebook and Google or whoever you are.
Yeah. Didn't eBay, but he owned eBay as well, didn't he?
I don't think he owned eBay. He owned PayPal and then eBay bought PayPal, didn't they? And
is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so. Because there was that much being done through them. I think eBay ended up buying PayPal.
Yeah, Tamsin's saying there was no charge when I sent money the other week, so it must be currency conversion.
I think it's pretty new. Because it's the first time I've seen it today when I was looking at doing it.
Odin's saying it's only when he changes to GDP. Send me dollars.
He's got a dollar account. Haven't you? You can set up your own currency dead easily anyway.
I didn't know where I saw. Crazy, mate. I imagine they're going to reverse that decision. That can't stand. You know what I mean? Because they will have a kickback. Especially if it's just a charge for going to GDP and not other currencies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that can't be probably legal.
The one time I finally get my donations automated and all sorted, and then PayPal throw that in. Typical, innit?
There's a way around it, guys.
Might have something to do with Brexit. Could do, but we haven't actually Brexited yet.
Not even come close to Brexiting yet.
You know what I mean? So
the date's getting closer, but we're not getting any closer as a country. No closer.
It's just a shambles Brexit is.
You can always get around it anyway by going on Patreon.
Yes. True. Do
it through Patreon. And when he gets to Twitch, just do it through Twitch Pay.
Is there a Twitch Pay?
Well, you can just do it through Twitch rather than doing it through PayPal.
Ah, right.
Twitch has its own system. I think it's all done through Amazon, actually.
Wouldn't surprise me. Pretty much everything is processed.
It's connected through Amazon Prime. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, when Mel gets to Twitch for his streams, if you've got Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription. You subscribe to Mel for free if you've got Amazon Prime.
I'm not sure why you'd pay to subscribe to me.
No, it's the same as a patron. It's the same thing.
Oh, it's just as a way of supporting?
Yeah, so you subscribe to the Twitch channel in that way. You can subscribe. There's two different ways you do it. You can follow on Twitch, which is like subscribing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or you can subscribe to a channel, which is the same as Patreon.
Right, got you.
Through YouTube. It's the same sort of thing.
I'm going to have to get myself on me twitching.
Twitch is loads better. I like Twitch again.
Yeah.
I've been off it for a while, but
I need to, like I say, once...
Lots of improvements there.
Once I get my head around it and get my head around this OBS.
Well, right. OBS is the way to go if you want to Twitch and YouTube. Dual stream.
Yeah.
Because it takes no processor.
Yeah.
Dual stream it. Lots of people do that.
Done in bits. 1 bit equals 1p.
Yeah.
Right.
Something like that.
So it's like its own currency sort of thing.
Does it? I think you can pay through Amazon account or you can pay through lots of different ways, I think.
Sir. Yeah, I need to start having a look at. I just got the clay, so it shouldn't be that long. Good luck, buddy. Right, I need to. Actually, before I do that, one thing I do need to do is I need to find some plastic bits for me and Corbin.
Just for your Tatooine.
Tatooine, yes. We're dressing our buildings, yeah, with sci-fi plastic to make them a little bit more interesting.
Do you want any Imperial ships to scale?
Right, have you got some? Yeah, you would. And if you're wondering, GW palm trees. Oh, Dreadnought.
This is how you make a palm tree. Plastic glue.
Hexagon kits. They're good, you know.
They'd be quite nice.
Yeah.
Or looks like some sort of generator on the outside of a building.
Yeah, well, they're for the stairs and stuff.
Yeah, looks like.
But they've got some nice panels.
Yeah, they'd be excellent.
So I'll leave some in the studio, as always. I've got quite a few of those, actually. So I think I'll take a few of these home. Look at that one.
Yeah, that's a nice one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost the same shape, you just got to put the logo.
So, some of those for home. Now, I also know that, well, they're fancy building bits. They're not going to work. Green twine. Why did I buy green twine? Ah, vines.
What's that? That's intriguing.
Tank
traps.
Tank traps.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The old GW accessories, don't need those. A few hexagon kits.
They'd make quite good, you know, on the outside of the building.
Storage canisters and stuff, I might drop them in later. I'll see what I've got. Now the thing that's bugging me is I should have a load of mantic bits as well. So where are they?
Yeah, from your
Battle zones.
Yeah, dead zone.
Yeah. So let's find those. Yeah, as many. I can't seem to find any tutorials on houses. Are there any tutorials on making buildings? Yeah, there's an entire playlist, mate. Look at my playlist. Look for terrain techniques. Is it urban buildings and ruins?
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole playlist. I think there's 27 videos in there. You know, because just in case you might need a video.
Surprisingly easy to make buildings. Really.
It is.
Foam board or just foam.
Graffiti.
Graffiti.
Transfers.
Lovely.
Corbin's Japanese. With Derpy McDerp. Where's Derpy McDerp? There's one model back there. That's Derpy McDerp.
I dance. I dance for everybody.
Thin your paints.
That sounds deceptively empty.
It does, doesn't it? Ah, I see bits and kits there. I wonder if it's in that one. I need to find the plastic bits
screws there,
so I can take them home and what you call it for me and Corb to do this Tatooine project.
Definitely some plastic bits.
Yeah, there is.
Screws.
Watch my camera. Hey, here we go.
Yeah, there's lots in there.
Should we see what we got in here?
Some nice bits on this, isn't there? Some of the nice shit looks like.
Yeah. So yeah, the mantic stuff, always nice stuff. Yeah, love those barriers and stuff like that.
Cool, aren't they? Security barriers.
Yeah, the little gribbly bits. That's the best thing. That. Right, I've got loads of pipes and generators and stuff here. Some building kits.
They have a lot of that stuff on the outside of the buildings.
Yeah. And then we've got a few more bits and kits here. They're nice. So yeah, we'll have that one. I don't need masses of stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's only me and the boy sort of thing. We're only having bits. I think for now, oh, they're nice. I'll have a few of those.
If you're sitting on the fence about going to watch Solo, go.
Yeah, he's a Solo fan.
Good.
See, I have been sitting on the fence about it.
Good, very good. As good as Rogue One, if not better.
Really? That's high praise.
I like Rogue One.
Well, yeah. So that is quite high praise. Yeah, like those sci-fi.
Well, what I quite like about the stories that they're doing is that people die. Sounds daft, but you know, it's not very often people die, do it, in the Star Wars universe particularly. Unless you're looking at the second trilogy. They tend to kill people off left, right, and centre. They probably couldn't pay them for it.
You're so cynical, man. But probably true.
Darth Maul, I don't think they only lasted one film.
Yeah, but Darth Maul was a muppet.
I quite like him.
Yeah, same with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that I'm not sold on that.
It's emo Ren, isn't it?
The rest of the gang are alright. I'm not that. I don't like him that much. He doesn't really sell me on a really evil, nasty guy.
He just
like he's like a tormented teenager.
I mean, I look at Corbin and it's much the same. You know? Right, that should do me. That should be enough bits for us to to do what we want to do. Going back some. Take those as well. I like those. They'll make good supports for something. Mm-hmm. So, they need to go in a bag to go home.
I just brought you a bag.
Well, there you go then. That's a win. What did they do with the bag? I'll throw it in the bin, have I? Yeah. I don't know if you put it in your pocket. There you go.
You didn't even know I'd done it.
Yeah, so, along with, I've got some sprues from Maelstrom's Edge.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and they've got terrain sprues with doors and vents and stuff like that. So, between
those are the winning.
Yeah, they're the challenge.
They're the winning objects to get some nice doors.
Well, not just that, they're recessed. They've got the guides, so you put the hole in the foam and they sit in really nice.
Nice. Yeah,
so I'm going to be playing with those.
Doing the recess can be tricky.
Especially if the door's not designed for it and it's got detailing on the back of the door.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that put me off with the Mantic stuff, to be truthful. Because it's double-sided. And so it's a real challenge to actually get...
It's the same with the GW stuff, isn't it? It's all the flat doors on it, basically. They haven't got the outer frame that they recess into, which you can just say, right, shove that in.
What do you call it? Insane Commanders, throw in some random garbage and toys as well now. I've got quite a bit at home, to be truthful. Yeah, I've got Corbin's entire Nerf gun collection of every gun he's broken. Yeah, so they're going to get cut up and sprayed.
Yeah, some sort of Star Wars ship.
Yeah. Did you know what me and Corbin were talking about it? Yeah, and there's serious debate between me and Corbin whether we can build Jabba's palace.
Yeah, it looks cool. I've seen people have done it in 3D print.
Yeah.
But that must weigh.
Well, have you seen that in that book I gave you?
Yeah.
Have you seen the plans underneath?
Yeah, for the
cells
and the top
and the hanger. Yeah. Can you imagine that as a build?
Yeah, that'd be
play crew
on a board.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Not obviously the first project, because that'll be a hell of a project.
You're going to have to take some planning and some doing.
Wouldn't it just? Right, very quickly, I need to switch these cameras off.
Yeah, there's nothing coming up this end backbone for us to unblock. Normally, if there's something that we get a chance to block, either as admin or as Mel being the channel owner, we get a chance to unblock it. But it's not coming up, so it's obviously, if it's got a link in it, it won't even show up in the first place.
No, it'll just get blocked by the spam controls.
Only admins and Mr. Mel can post things.
Mixing acrylic often dulls the colour. It depends what you mix it with.
Yeah, if you mix the acrylic with another acrylic, it shouldn't.
No, also it depends what. Generally, I mean, dulling the colour tends to suggest you're mixing it with a dark colour and you're desaturating it.
Yeah, you're mixing it with a colour that doesn't mix well in the first place. So if you're mixing browns or greys or blacks or even whites, that'll remove the colour.
Yeah. We are living in Orwellian times, sickening. They are silencing everything. Why? What are we silencing now? Martin, maybe doing some from work in a couple of weeks because yeah. I'm getting a purplish, or if a little white. If I try to lighten, I get grey. Right. What acrylics are you mixing?
Yeah. Purplish is obviously red and blue. So if you've
Well,
got,
the purple is what you find in a house paint
yeah, well,
and a
you get it
composite
in.
colour.
You can get it in some of the paints as well. Or if I add a little white to light and I get a grey. You need to tell us, Brian,
What ranges?
Well, ranges and what colours you're trying to mix. Start. Well, blue has got, strangely, red in it. Acrylic blue has red in it.
It depends on whether it's whether it's from Afghan or not.
Yeah, I suppose. But a lot of the acrylic blue does have red in it. It's because you find if you add white to acrylic blue, sometimes it goes purple.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing out that red.
Folk art cheap wall mark acrylic. They're probably composite paints, so they're not pure, and that's why you're getting weird mixes.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier in the show, weren't we, near the beginning? That a lot of the cheaper acrylic paints, and especially household paints,
especially
mixes.
Kids craft paints and stuff like that. Oh yeah,
the ones that come ready mixed in the big tubs.
Yeah. You know, there's a big difference between kids.
They're made from old other paints mixed together. They're not a brand new paint.
So you know, essentially, if you're using acrylics, we had this conversation earlier. But house paints, emulsions for your main work, and then acrylics for weathering and washing and that sort of stuff.
Tried yellow, blue, and red is supposed to make a brown.
Yeah, I can see that.
Should do.
Basically, if you mix all colours together, you get brown.
Yeah. Because
they desaturate each other.
A nice brown is purple and green, which is yellow and blue. If you make yourself a blue and a red mix, and then do a yellow and blue mix, and then mix them together, so you've got a green and a purple, that makes a nice shade of brown. Just get a couple of nice shades of the purple and the green, and then add them. That makes a nice brown.
I'm actually getting to the stage where the shelving's working.
Now your big tally's gone.
Yeah. Lots of the big TV, but it's not too big of a loss, is it? I can live with it.
Have you had your first remit about your idea that you're doing with those things? You know, the 2x2s.
I know what I'm doing with them. Yeah, Foreground haven't come back to me at all.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I know. I reached out to them. So, what should it? Basically, I've just decided I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got this stuff.
I can't see how it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
It focuses, it shows more of their product out.
To be truthful, I just think Foreground right now, they're a bit crazy busy.
Well, they're doing so much stuff, aren't they? Releasing so much stuff. They've got so many fingers in pies.
Yeah, and they have got so much going on.
Yeah, they've got a lot of business.
A lot of business. So yeah, I'm sort of slowly working through and getting my bits and bobs together. So, we've got my trees there.
Yeah, Jerry's right. Yellow is far weaker as a pigment in most paints.
Yeah, it is. What's your opinion on fixed terrain boards like your D-Day 1 versus matte and movable terrain?
It's all about functionality, isn't it?
It's about replayability.
And space.
Yeah. I mean, feature tables are designed to be played on once.
Well, or shops.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? That sort of environment. The idea that it's there for people to, like, you know, it's an experience.
Yeah.
You know, something a bit special.
Come and play this game on this board.
Yeah, but you know, you wouldn't want to play my D-Day board every week. It would get boring very, very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what feature boards do. I mean, that's why quite often you'll see feature boards at shows. Yeah, because when you're designing for a show, you want something.
To show off.
Yeah.
It's a statement piece.
Yeah, whereas when you're gaming at home, much like me, I'm not building a jungle feature board. I'm building scatter terrain, and I'm doing a mat. And this is me. You know what I mean? So, my personal suggestion is if it's for your home gaming or club gaming, scatter a mat. Yeah. If it's for a feature, you know, it's in a store, it's in a, you know, or perhaps
shows,
or perhaps you're the demo team for a particular company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like that. Then the feature boards come in.
Or you want something as a backdrop on lots of videos, like if you've Beasts of War or like Sega. Or
well, Sega used to use that. That's what they had my build for. It wasn't for playing. They just wanted it for a backdrop.
Yeah.
You know, so there's options there, definitely. What happened with Mel's TV? Basically, it just stopped working. I would be surprised what pigments are in Kitty's paint. Hint. Way too many to make sense. Oh, God, yeah.
That's a mixture of everything. That's why it's cheap.
I mean, at the end of the day, no one uses kiddie paints for anything professional. They use it for kids' stuff.
Whereas, I know the pink TV's still alright, Tamsin. It's the big one.
Oh, the big one's died. No, the pink TV's still going well.
The big silver one.
And the pink TV's got my ass on it. Do you see it? Everyone's wondering now.
Yeah.
Willow put
your bare ass.
My bare ass on it. Basically, it was Willow's old TV, and she stuck Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore on it, so it's got my bare ass on it. Yeah, agitators in your paints, especially for your model paints, they separate very quickly.
Yeah, terribly.
Yeah, I'll tell you
they all do. It doesn't matter which brand you get either. They all separate terribly.
I'll tell you what's good for agitators: the metal tap off the bottom of models.
Oh yeah.
You know, because models, the metal doesn't react with the paint.
No.
So you just cut those off, cut them into a couple of pieces, and drop them in your pots. Mate of mine uses heads, model heads. He just bought a massive bag of them. Yeah, and swimming around in his paints of various Prussian heads and this head and that head.
I use little ball bearings. You got like 1,000 off eBay for a couple of quid.
I've got I've got green glass beads.
Yeah.
Because glass is inert as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they work really well.
Stainless. If you're going to put agitators in your paint,
you need
make sure it's stainless steel or something.
That's why I went with glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's why the white metal that they use.
Yeah, because it's inert. But if you don't use stainless or medical grade, there's a chance it's going to rust, and that's going to screw your paint up.
Yeah.
And it will screw your paint up.
Not only will you get bits in it, but it'll change the colour.
Yeah.
Because rust bleeds like no one's business.
Yeah, if you need a good paint shaker, check with Westy. Indeed, he's got many automated. He keeps offering me discounts. Yeah,
take him up,
dude.
Especially if there's going to be the split shifts and the
calm down. A Westy special.
Kez is going to need Mel too.
Calm down, you. Calm down. That's what I did in my tabletop playing with D&D with my medieval houses. What? I don't know. No, I'll keep this stream PG, okay? I was talking about Winnie the Pooh!
Yes, Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore.
Any idea on how to make wallpapers for wargaming, diorama and the like? You mean wallpaper for the inside of the house?
Yeah, get some wallpaper.
That's a good tip.
That's what I do. Go to your local cheap shop or any wallpaper shop, and any wallpaper they have on the rolls, pretty much they have a sample roll that you can just go and rip off a piece, probably 2 foot by 2 foot, no problem. That'll do your whole board.
Yeah,
I do all the time, and the amount of different really cool effect wallpapers you can get. Yeah, lots of them are useless, so you only find 10 out of 100 that might be any good.
For those 10.
But a big DIY shop like Homebase or B&Q, they have hundreds of rolls.
B&Q, their premium range has a perfect cobblestone.
And the good thing about them is because of the backing, it won't get, when you put PVR to stick it in, it won't warp or it won't go soggy or what have you. Wallpaper.
Also, it's designed to work with PVA and stuff like that, so colours aren't going to run like if you printed wallpaper, that sort of stuff.
Well, definitely get actual wallpaper. You can print stuff off the internet. There are places that do free designs.
Tam, I don't think Max is going to get that joke. He's American.
Yeah.
He won't get that joke. Scatter terrain, Mal. Ah, right, Gary, yeah. But yeah, with my set, I'm doing scatter terrain as well. These are my jungle pieces, or the start of them. Yeah. We need a light there, don't we, just to... It's quite dark.
Yeah, it's a shame your webcam hasn't got a light, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I need to move these cameras round a little bit anyway, but...
Well, I thought you were going to build yourself a
cage,
a lighting rig.
Yeah, first thing we've got to do is I've got to finish the audio upgrade, get another mic that pounces from there to here. Yeah. Once that's done, if we can get OBS onto this, because I haven't really bothered with the webcams in here and sorting it out because the laptop can't run them. Once OBS is on, if it can run them, then I might as well invest the time in getting, like, you know, the overhead sort of shot with the webcam and the extra lights and that sort of stuff. But there just isn't a need unless I can actually utilise it. So, scrapbooking papers are good for wallpaper. Yeah, I can see that.
There's lots of ways you can buy. You can buy the more expensive stuff, which is the scrapbooking.
See you later, cat.
See you, cat. You can get from craft shops, but that costs a lot more than free.
I use regular ones that have chessboard patterns, compass, crosses. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you can get loads on. Whoever, I forgot who it was who asked, but you can get loads of different designs and patterns and everything. I've probably got about 20 rolls at home of just scraps. Every time we go somewhere, I have a look.
Randy's saying use cheap blue windshield washer fluid. Costs about $3-4 to thin cheap acrylics. Why, Randy? Why would you use that out of interest? A lid of one of my paint pots with a metal rod bent through it, attached to a little motor, watching the battery works to get the paint agitated before I use it. Yeah, that's smart. Like huge murals that went around the room. Yeah. Trees for Forest Gulf to stand. High CPU. That almost looked like a watch for a super chat. Make sure we're not missing anyone. No, we're not. I don't think we are. Right, I need to have a look at the other jungle bits I've got and figure out what I need to do on those. It's been that long that I don't actually know what's on this. Oh, bugger. Right. That's me Imperial Guard sprues. And when I say sprues, I mean sprues. What's that? Foreground buildings. Ah! More corner pieces.
Ah, there you go. You're after some.
Yeah, I was after some of them.
Empty box.
Empty box. Let's get rid of that one. And then we've got this one. Oh, daddy. Slide that one back down. There we go. And what's in the box, boss? Trees. Well, actually, there's no trees, just lots of jungle pieces. So this is my jungle foliage. Now these were done. Yeah, so if I bring those up, they're my sort of open land. They're quite nice. Yeah, bit heavy on the lighting usage. Yeah, so we've done that one. That one's done, or to the stage I want to get them to. Yeah, do look nice, don't they?
Mm.
Yeah, they're done. Look at that. Very nice.
I'm sorry, I've become obsessed now.
What?
Since Legion's come out, instead of me seeing Burner, this is fantastic jungle.
Go on, what are you seeing now?
I see Dagobah.
Do you see Dagobah, do you?
Yeah, that's all I think about. Where's Yoda?
Where's Yoda?
And the seagulls that keep pecking at his
yeah, seagulls. Yeah. That is good, yeah.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. Bad lip reading.
Yeah, bad lip reading. Hard Duncan.
Yeah.
That was Trump's inauguration, wasn't it? Hard Duncan, Hard Duncan. I do like bad lip reading. Right, so yeah, all these pieces are sort of pretty much close to it. So, what have I got to do then? Well, if I've done all these.
I thought you'd finished those ones.
Yeah.
I thought it was the trees that you said.
Is it the trees we've got to start then? Let me just have a quick. I need to have a quick look through to make sure.
If you haven't finished them, there was just perhaps the odd one. But I thought you'd done most of your. It was pretty good.
There.
You see.
That's what I've been after. I've been looking for that for donkey's ages. Yeah, so that and that glue can go home.
Yeah, that looks all done to me.
It does, doesn't it? It looks
Do you
all
seem to remember you haven't
polished
finished
up.
it?
Because all these area terrain pieces are done. Yeah, and all these smaller scatter. What's that? Oh, that's my what you call it? Shadow Wars. That was obviously going home as well.
Yeah, so you pack this to go home.
Yeah.
Redundancy.
So in which case, we're just onto the trees, aren't we?
Trees it is.
I can do that. I can easily do that. So these would be best going onto that shelf. Personal massages and the like. They're damn good at getting rid of air bubbles. Anything else? I'm not qualified to quote on. Right, so yeah, we've just got to get into those tree pieces and jungle those up. And we've already got the plastic plants on, so we're just looking at ground foliage and clump, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw all these in. So that's that lot, and they're all done. It'll be a fair jungle once it's actually all done.
Probably you've laid it out before, and there's a host of it.
Yeah.
You laid it out on the table.
Now I'm wondering whether this box will fit on my new fancy shelves. Well, they're not new.
But your new shelf space.
My new shelf space. It looks a little bit longer than 2.
No, I think that's alright. It's perfect, in fact. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Easy.
Easy.
You can get a small one on top as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Maybe even this green one. Might be a bit of a push, but this one underneath. A bit close.
Might save that for another shelf, to be truthful. But I can put these down the side. Because they're not going to stack on top. Not the big ones, anyway. And then I've got all these to do. So we'll get all my clump foliage out and ready. And then these can be my Thursday project. To get these done. And then we've got the Japanese buildings. I know you want Dagobah. No doubt we could probably do it. Because it is just generic jungle, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a bit more swampy.
Yeah.
Slightly more swampy than the Burmese jungle. But
yeah, but is that just where Yoda was?
Yeah, it's mostly. Do
you know what I mean?
It's a swampy planet, but you're almost there with swamp. You just need a little bit of murky water, don't you, really?
I've got the resin for it. Have you seen down there?
Yeah.
I've got 5 kilos of the bloody stuff. They got fed up of giving me 1 kilo.
Would you like to invest in a bigger one?
They were like, here Mel, take this. Cheers! It's handy having them up the road, you know. Really handy.
Oh, is this when you find somebody like a supplier or you find someone that's local, it's like it transforms your use of that product.
It does.
Or it becomes... Because we're quite territorial in some ways, that we like local, don't we? Yeah. That's why I'm trying to get you with these T-shirt people.
Yeah,
because
you are.
Local is so much better than faceless.
Well, it's sortable. You know what I mean? It's
normally it means that you're cutting out on postage for a start.
Yeah.
Which is always half of the cost of most things, but it's just nice supporting local industries because then you're keeping local people in jobs.
He's trying to guilt trip me now.
No, but isn't it? It has an effect on your local economy. Less chance for homeless people to become homeless, or more support.
Really, you're really guilt tripping me now, aren't you? We've gone from helping the local to helping homeless. Yeah. I mean, I know you know my kryptonite. You know, I do a bit with the homeless and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Mine, I can't. I hate seeing it. I think it's.
Mate, I do as well.
And although I don't like him, we'll go political a bit. Andy Burnham was announced last week, didn't he, that it's his #1 priority as Mayor of Manchester.
Good.
He reckons that their goal is by 2020 to have every person in the city has got a roof over their head for every day of the week.
That's good. Do you see the way
I
I
don't
look
like
at it?
him. He's a git, but
There's a
I
lot
applaud
of politicians I don't like, but the fact of the matter, it just frustrates me when we're one of the richest nations on the planet. Okay, it's 2018. There's no reason people should be sleeping on the
there's
streets.
so many problems. Homeless people. We have one of the highest child poverties in the world.
Stoke is really bad for that, actually. Stoke is a hot
Food
spot.
banks have gone up 300% in 6 months.
Have you seen the way open? Just on site on Spode, what we have is we have a charity called Open Door, and they have one of the big buildings just across the way. Yeah, and they're basically a distribution hub for homeless charities. So they get all this stuff in from various companies, stuff like that, and then they sort of like hub it and then disti it out to whoever who needs it. They've ramped up over this past year. They've really ramped up.
Well, it's good to see actually that local in this area. There's quite a lot. I think it happened. I don't know if you saw it. Those of you in the UK may have seen the focus that Stoke Council last year, when they were doing the City of Culture bid, a big push for that, said that if you're a homeless person and you're caught sleeping in shop premises or you've got a tent, they're going to fine them £1,000.
Yeah, and that backfired on them.
Oh, big time. Then they backtracked and said, "Oh, it was only in the consultation phase. It was only." Yeah, you better believe it was in the. But since then, Stoke actually has improved no end. Since the light focus has shone on us, because there's local business, supermarkets, and there's some local fast food and restaurateurs that are starting to give food that they would normally chuck away to the homeless organisations to give out, which is brilliant. Great news, because the amount, having worked in supermarkets when I was a teenager and when I was at university,
the amount of waste
is incredible. And that food's good food, it can't be sold.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So why
used to get me at the Oxford working at the service station, the amount of food you used to throw from La Baguette. In all honesty, by the end of the day, with those baguettes being in that oven for the entire day, even the homeless wouldn't eat them.
You could use them to defend themselves. Here's a baton. Literally a baton.
Desiccated. Literally desiccated. Vince Richardo on YouTube. Vince is good. I've got a lot of time for Vince. The supermarkets are doing it here as well. I just think it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Social responsibility.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. It's
not a problem. What it is it's something that we need to sort out as a people. As all these, it's all right saying, but lots of individual people. I know I help homeless people wherever I can. No, you certainly do. You do a lot more than I do. You should get off your arse and go out there. More. I try whenever I see someone to help them in any way I can, and it's usually monetary. Yeah. But it makes you feel little because you know that these companies are wasting so much they don't need to.
It annoys you because you see the empty buildings in Stoke. You see how easy it would be to just make this problem go away.
There's a woman who runs a Stoke a homeless kitchen, if you like, in Stoke, somewhere on the edge of Stoke.
Roberta.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And Roberta, you've met her. You will have, you know the young girl who walks around with the older guy with the ponytail.
Oh yeah.
That's Roberta. She runs the kitchen. She's from Open Door.
Oh right.
Yeah, but
they got threatened with legal action for giving out tents to homeless people. So they would get either a pop-up tent or they would get tents donated to them, and then the police and the council said, "Look, you're not allowed to do this. We'll fine you, or we'll."
Oh.
So they still do it. She still does. She says, "Well, what
actually, if you've ever met Roberta, Roberta looks, no offense to Roberta, she's a lovely lady because she looks like a bulldog chewing a wasp.
Yeah, you wouldn't mess.
You would not mess with Roberta. She looks like she'd throw bouncers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can clearly see Roberta just sitting there going, "I dare you." To the council.
Actually, on YouTube, I was watching it last week. There's a really good series of programs. Do you remember when we had the Brexit and we were the Brexit capital? Mm-hmm. And they had that guy did the programme from The Guardian.
Oh, yeah,
and he was interviewing that black lad from Hanley.
Yeah.
Who'd just come out of prison.
Yeah.
And he was saying, and he had a good chat with him because the black lad is actually quite intelligent. It was against all the stereotypes that are always thrown around. And he's done some follow-up programmes about Stoke.
Actually, I've seen them.
And really good ones about the chap who runs a clothing shop in Hanley. And he's now opened up to make it into like an artist's thing.
Oh, that's Rough and Ruby, isn't it?
Possibly.
Yeah, Rough and Ruby were based down here. It's the guys from Greytown. The weird thing is, yeah, and I know it seems like I seem to know everyone, but Spode is like the cultural hub for Stoke at the minute. Yeah,
There's a lot of focus here because there's a lot of events going on in the main.
Well, it's not just that. Everyone's tied in. The council's tied into this site. All the artistic charities.
Did they have a City of Culture thing here?
Yeah.
At Spode? Because that's on one of those videos.
Yeah, that was at the Pop Bank.
Was that when I came down and we went down into the hall and we were looking at some of the stuff and you said, stop in there.
Yeah. we were in the other room while the judges from the City of Culture and we were like having a nose. Me and James were.
The stuff that the pieces they got. Yeah, they got the stuff on some of the display pieces, if you like, some of the art and showcase pieces. We were having a look at them, weren't we?
It's really good because you got security like locking the building down, yeah. But I know all security, so they're like, "I'm out." I was like, "All right, come on, let's have a nose."
It was quite surreal.
Yeah, but no, what should I say? It's kind of weird. Spode here, it's very much a cultural hub for the city. That's what. The whole City of Culture bid was based around Spode, to be truthful, and what they plan to do with it. But we're all so it's like you know about everything that's going on, art-wise, culture-wise, charity-wise, if you're in this site.
And I think the shame about it was it came just a bit too early, because Spode isn't quite where
it needs to be
for us to get the City of Culture, which is a shame because with the City of Culture, it'd have got there a hell of a lot quicker.
Oh God, yeah.
The investment that would have come with that. It would have got there a hell of a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And the turnaround would have been incredible.
I mean, it really depends if these South African investors buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the next thing. They're looking at buying the site and half of Stoke. No.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, they've already bought King Street outright.
Right.
Compulsory purchase order. Sangams is going.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Now this is going to hit Stoke as a shock because Sangams is the best curry house in Stoke.
No, it's one of the best.
Oh! Go on.
Do you know where Zanzibar used to be?
Yeah.
George Street.
Yeah.
In Newcastle.
Yeah, 42 is that?
Well, there's one there, but there's one on the left-hand side that used to be, I think it used to be a Chinese or a Thai. And it's now called...
Are you going down the bank or coming back up out?
Well, if you're coming out of Castle and Zanzibar's was on your right, and then on your left, there's quite a good-sized restaurant there.
Yeah, they've got the Thai one at the top floor, haven't they?
No, that's further along.
Is that further
This
along?
is now just an Indian, and it's called...
He doesn't know. It's that good of a restaurant,
something like
he doesn't know what it's called.
Jalsa.
Jalsa. Actually,
I think it's Jalsa. But there's beautiful. We went there for Beth's birthday. She likes curry. And we got to go there again, actually, for her SATs. For completing the SATs, we promised we'd take her. And there's a beautiful curry.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely curry. We all enjoyed it. It's absolutely beautiful there. It's a nice curry. But yeah, Sangam's nice as well.
Right, what's that? To get people out of the flats, they gave them two options. One, stay until final day, then leave with nothing. Two, 250,000 leave now. And the flats were worth 25,000. The council sold the land to the company.
Well, they did that. Yeah, those programs they've done. If you ever want to watch actually a bit about where we live in Stoke and some quite good objective views, there's a series by the guy who did it, and I forgot what it's called. Something about to do with Stoke, and it's on the Guardian's website.
Is it Stoke on the Up?
No, it's
something like.
It's called something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's through the Guardian the Guardian YouTube channel. It's on there.
Yeah.
And it's all Stoke on channel. There's about 6 or 7 videos, and they're only about 5-10 minutes at the most.
But they're good.
Oh, they're really good. They do the homeless one. They do about focusing on local art, and then discovering this guy who run a curry house, and he run the curry house, and he was a secret artist. And he used to doodle on the order boards, the menu boards, when he wasn't, or when he was taking orders, or when he wasn't. So you'd have these fantastic little miniature drawings of pencils that he'd done next to garlic naan, keema, and all this. And then he got all this fantastic little deals on. And this guy who we were talking about, who got the clothes shop by the Regent Theatre, he's got it upstairs, and he did a showcase for him, like a gallery viewing of all his work.
Rough and Ruby have moved into the Pottery Centre now, haven't they?
I don't know if it's the same people.
I think
they're all good. They're all good. One homeless, one's.
I know it's been a bit of a chatty show, but it's been ages since I've had him in, so it's quite nice to chat. And I've only just tidied my studio, and I'm a bit sort of like reluctant to get in
Yes.
there.
No, I'm like that with the studio. We clear the studio out, get it ready to go, and then you're reluctant to go in there and get it messed again.
Yeah.
It's
I
nice
mean, you don't realise I haven't seen my studio this clean in a long time. Yeah, and the shelf
TV
space.
makes a massive difference. You think
It does.
would?
It does. And
It
having that.
didn't make up a mess or anything, but it's amazing how much space it's.
Yeah, I've generated off the back of that.
Strange.
You know, slowly the shelving's getting sorted out. I've got to go through those big boxes. So look what's in those big boxes. Since we're just pottering.
You need to use a pen now.
I do need to use a pen. See, what happens is I put on the box. It's like I know what's in there. I haven't got that many boxes. Then every time I go round pulling boxes up. Is that me?
Yeah, somebody ringing me. I'm the same. I did the same with the our shed.
No, hung off.
I did the same with our shed. Put all the stuff in these tubs, like the really useful tubs that we bought.
Yeah.
Put it all in, and now because I didn't label them, I have to take every single tub to try and find the one that I'm after.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the things that I'm doing as I'm sort of sorting out the studio is I'm going along and I'm looking at what I've got and what's actually in boxes. Yeah, I mean, as Jace pulled out a massive box that's been taking up a load of room, and we've just discovered it's completely empty.
Well, not completely empty. It's got loads of bubble wrap, but
it's empty. Yeah. So what's in
this one? The
bubble
wrap's protecting something.
Oh, who wants to buy a bag of grass?
What's a bag of grass? What's your favourite flavour?
2 mil.
What's your poison?
Meadow green.
That's nice.
That's a nice bag. Oh, GW favourite.
I like that one from GW. It's one of my favourite ones.
It's not from GW, it's from flocking.biz.
No, it's the same GW one, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, a little bit lighter green there. I like that one.
I like the little bits of browny red in it. Ooh.
4 mil dry grass. I like that. Oh. This is the stuff from Leah at warpainter.net. Label sheets.
Alright. There you go. Stick on your bloody boxes.
No, watch out there for tufts.
Oh, right. Silicon sheets. Oh, look at silicon sheets. Yeah, so you can make your own grass tufts.
Yeah, which means carpet tackifier. Thank you. And what's this one?
Some tacky glue or something.
More carpet tackifier. Stick that in with that one, because they're both the same. Right, there's another box over there as well.
That one's got big bags of white stuff. Leave that one there.
The big bag of white stuff.
You've got your grass on the table. Don't bring this other.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is a solidified box of grass.
More grass.
Almost. Horses air.
Vulcanized rubber. 1 sheet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How many hedges are you making?
Well, you never know when you need it.
You're going to take down the fence at home and put this up?
Yeah. Now, Leah at Warpaint. Leah.
Oh,
I keep calling him Leah. Yeah, but his name's Lee. It's just that.
L-E-A-H.
Yeah. Well, there's no H in it.
Oh, no. I was just L-E-A.
Yeah, but I just keep calling it because I thought he was a woman to start off with. Yeah, so I was calling him Leah and it's just stuck. He finds it a bit of a giggle, to be truthful. Yeah, but he's a bit of a terrainiac. He's the guy who designed the flop box.
They're nice, aren't they?
Look at what they are. Look at what they are. Yes, that's what they are.
Oh.
Yes, that's what they are.
Grass mat.
Yeah. Effectively, he's flocked artificial grass.
Yeah. That's very clever.
Check this out.
I like that. I've got lots of artificial grass at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Look at it. Look at what it is. It's artificial grass, flocked, with a little bit of purple on the top. He does good stuff, does Lee? What he's done is he's put all these together for me to sort of say, here, show him this lot. And then he's done like an A4 sheet with the instructions of how he's done each one.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's flocked. I'm not sure what he's flocked there.
Looks like
bottle brush, perhaps?
Wow.
I mean, it's
Looks
got
like
the.
it, doesn't it?
What do you reckon? Bottle brush? What's the instructions say on it? What does he say?
Crabtree hedges. Use crab trees. Oh, the crappy trees.
Oh, they're just crappy trees.
China trees.
And he's put them on the side and flocked them.
The Chinese tree specials.
Yeah. Either glue or
just cut them up.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know about a full I mean, it's quite sturdy. You know what I mean? I don't know about a full hedge, but as an individual piece.
Has he put it on wooden dowel? So he's cut it in half. Or
well, he buys halves, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's fascia. Because it's not even a half; it's a quarter circle.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we've got is we're literally what they are. Yeah. They're just fascias.
He's done 2 pieces of wood and stuck them together.
Yeah.
So it's like quarter circle stuck together.
Yeah. We like that. What else we got?
On there.
Reuse. I don't know. It's like an adventure, isn't it?
It's like clearing out the loft.
Lollipop stick, budget roadside vegetation.
Oh yeah.
He's just flocked a lollipop stick. I'm not joking.
It's quite good actually. What's that for?
It's this mount on screws.
Mount to hold items off the work table. Reusable conductive mount.
That's what. Yeah.
Coming with a screw fix into it.
But there. Yeah. Lollipop stick. Love it.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I think we'll have to showcase some of these. What else we got? Another wooden dowel there.
Perhaps you have to build some live on show using his instructions.
Oh my God, is he? Yeah, but look at this. This is. Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's a hedge.
Look what it's made out of, though. Look at what it's made of. Turn it upside down.
Is that Brillo?
No, it's what you call it. It's just flock. He's just flocked it with what you call it, with a coarse flock.
Oh yeah, he's got static grass underneath and then
coarse flock on top. But it's just
a box hedge. That's really nice.
Yeah.
How clever is that?
Box hedge. Yeah. Wooden, what you call it, a bit of wooden batten, just flocked.
It's quite lightweight as well, actually.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that.
It's going to be quite sturdy as well because it's like that.
Yeah.
Just needs sealing down.
And then this is the last one.
Tree.
Really.
What's that stick?
So we have a tree, which appears to be a stick wrapped in paper, flocked.
Yeah.
And he's just wrapped it in like label paper. It's not even label paper. It is. It's just. In fact, it's a stick. It's a label. Yeah. And he's just wrapped it, and then he's flocked it to get that.
Yeah, it's got. Yeah, because you can see the ridge of the paper.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know there's ridge of paper, just
if you didn't know, you wouldn't know, would you? No. That's clever, isn't it? I'll tell you, that Lee's a clever man. I'm going to have to showcase some of these and have a go myself. So probably the best thing, yeah, put that in there because we don't want to mix these instructions up. Throw that one back in there, and then we'll put all these, and I'll keep them separate from this box because I don't want these to get lost, if you know what I mean.
They're nice ones for beginners, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you can expand from on there if you've got a bit more experience on what to do with other materials.
So we'll be seeing these again, I think.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea for a.
That's an easy sort of like foliage video.
Yeah, let's make and follow along. Make with Mel.
Make with Mel. Oh God.
There you go.
Oh no.
You get people sending in their ideas, and you make with Mel.
Do you know how many palm trees I'll get?
Well, that's why not. You might find one you can use.
Oh, shut up, you.
Might find one you can actually make.
Me and my palm trees. Right, that's my silicon paper. That needs to go with my flock box. Flip, 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 flip. Is it flock box in there? Oh, I've got to move the camera. There we go. Look at that. There's a bit of a difference in the bag of grass to a bag of grass.
It's amazing how many
Have
tubs
you got a flock box?
No. I'll have to.
You need to. Yeah, you'll need to watch it. You'll need to re-glue that plate down. Yeah, just I broke it off to have a look.
Yeah.
I've only got one adapter, but there should be a runs on 9 volts. So have you got a multi-adapter?
Yeah.
Right, you'll be fine then. Yeah, and how many of these coloured wires have I got? I've got 2 of those. So I've got some more somewhere. Let me find them for you. I'm damn sure I've got some more somewhere. There's one.
There's a red one there as well.
Yeah, so you grab that one. Yeah, because you'll need. In fact, just a minute. In fact, you only need one for this. It's only got one exit port on this one, so the green one will work fine up to your sieve or your metal plate or whatever you're working on. In fact, that's what you want. That's what you want the other metal plate for. Yeah, so you will attach that to that. Yeah, and then there you go, dude.
Nice one.
Jace is now a professional flocker.
Whoa. I can get my flock on.
You can get his flock on. Not an active one. He just saw the camera. I heard you say palm trees. Right, so rubberized horsehair in there. That pretty much fills that actually. Let me get a pen and write what's on this. Right, so what are we on? Horsehair.
Hello, George.
Hey, George. Yeah, I've got to put it on all sides because I never know which way I'm going to put it back in, he says. There we go. So you don't find it next time. This reminds me I need to do an inventory of my Necromunda terrain stuff collection. I'm moving 3 boxes full now. I really need... I know that one. I end up with that many bits of kits and stuff like that. Like they literally just become box upon box, and it's like, what's in this?
That's why you've got a studio.
Well, I mean, yeah, I grew out of the house, didn't I? That's a lot of grass.
Yeah, don't mark the box up as grass.
What? Yeah.
you get police visitors.
I've had police.
Before.
Yeah, I've had it happen before. I got raided for making clump foliage. Well, more importantly, I got raided for drying clump foliage out in the garden. Because someone reported me thinking I was growing cannabis. So I got raided.
As you do, because you don't really grow cannabis in your garden, do you?
Well, you don't take out massive sheets of cardboard filled with like lots of little foam, which looks like... I believe that the term is cropping, I was told.
As you do.
Yeah, and so it's quite interesting. I mean, the policeman did have a bit of a laugh, but it scared the hell out of me when they come barreling into the backyard with weapons.
Yeah, they will do. Drugs bust.
Yeah,
you could have any sort
it
of
was armed.
Interesting stuff. Hello,
Right.
Stewie.
Grass. Grass. There we are, that's my grass sorted. Oh my. You got a license to that cardboard? Rubberized horsehair is like gold where I'm at. It's
You're
hard to
welcome,
get.
Cat Smiles. Glad that Mel can help you out. Carry on, sorry.
Yeah. No, rubberized horsehair is like rocking horse droppings. Yeah. So I'm keeping my box, and in case I need it in the future, which I will, so they can go onto there. I've got tons of stuff, you know, absolutely tons. I don't know what's in half of it. I'll get there, Chase. Right, the boxes can go there.
It takes time.
I've just slowly got to sort through everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, now you got tidy. When you get somewhere tidy, you start to almost instinctively start to clear out.
Yeah.
Or organise.
Yeah, I think you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah, because you see the space and you think, I like this space. I want the space to stay like this, and I want to be able to find the stuff in the space.
Now that box is empty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that can go when I go. But yeah, that's looking good. So slowly getting there. I was kidding about running out. I have several boxes of tray and I'm still making more. I just keep buying random stuff from eBay and collecting rubbish. I do that. Yeah, Kez gets, what you call it, you know? Kez gets quite frustrated with me. With the amount of junk I buy and that sort of stuff. Why can't we be friends? Diggy, I am your friend. I was in Shannon. Does Shannon know? Did she enjoy it? Oh. Right. Mal, do you remember me? I remember the A-team. I don't know you, mate.
Actually, the A.
Yeah, the A-team was great, you know, 5.3 million rounds, you know. It's actually a term in the army to expend copious amounts of ammunition to explode cardboard boxes and flip one jeep. Which is pretty much every A-team action scene.
Yeah.
No one actually ever got shot in the A-team.
No, no one ever died.
No one got shot.
No.
I mean, considering they were crap military commandos.
Yeah, they were
the
best
shit
of the best.
At shooting.
The best of the best. But they never had any guns, hardly, did they? They used to improvise crap.
No, but I mean, considering how available guns are in America, you would have thought they'd actually have arms rather than having to be locked up in a well-equipped tool station again and again and again. Tell you what, you know, you might as well lock them in an armory.
Yeah. Cat Smiles is saying thank you for the shows.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I pity the fool who don't remember the A-team. They tried to redo it or do a movie, didn't they? That kind of
did a movie
flopped.
that I refused to watch personally.
And I think I watched the first 10-15 minutes and it was like, nah. You know what I mean? Just no.
We watched an A-team a few months back that was on one of the, I can't remember one of the channels, I can't remember. Something like Gold or Watch or one of those sorts of things, and it was on the Saturday tea time, and we watched an episode, and the kids were like, "What is this?" I was like, "This is primetime telly. Yeah. This is what you did on a Saturday night.
This is what you look forward to."
Then it got replaced by MacGyver.
MacGyver was good.
The new MacGyver's quite good.
Yeah, the new MacGyver's quite good.
It's quite good. But yeah, the A-team was must-watch television. Same as Tea Time on a Sunday was a bit of Bully.
Bit of Bully. That's going back.
Antiques Roadshow. Yeah. And then a bit of
You've won a jet boat.
Yeah. Look at what you would have won.
You've won a speedboat. Yeah, when are you ever going to take that on the water, Mrs. Hewlett?
All you've won is BFH. What's fair home? Rest in peace, Mr. Bowen.
Odin, I do that regularly. Love the show. Yeah. Look at the high import taxes in the EU. Leave that stuff alone. They're talking about a reboot with the actor who plays Gibbs in NCIS. Whoa, whoa. Reboot of A-Team.
Again. Yeah, I could see him being Hannibal.
Yeah, he'd play a good. Well, the thing is, they've pretty much killed off everyone in NCIS, haven't they?
Yeah, more or less. It's
You know what I mean? Because
people have gone.
it was one of Kez's shows, and she says, you know, she's really good.
When Abby went, it was the start of the end, wasn't it?
Yeah. If you've got a problem and nobody else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the shittest shots in the West. I was thinking, Gary, that's a lot of guns. I'm glad you corrected that, Numby. Most of the movies stolen from TV shows stink. Yeah, in general. They don't convert well.
Not a lot of them.
I've been found I'm watching a lot of Dust at the minute. They're an independent movie house. They create sci-fi short films.
Oh, is that the one that's the black hole type thing you did on a photocopy?
Yeah, but they've got
and he got in and then it
paper fell off. I thought that was brilliantly done.
Yeah, and he's a bit stuck.
Yeah. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Did you discover who Joe Green was? I think I do know who Joe Green was, and he is someone I've chatted with. I just didn't recognise the name. Yeah.
That's the problem when somebody comes to you with a real life name.
Yeah.
And you know them as their online persona.
I think I do know who it is. I just need to double check something. Yeah, and obviously I'm not at home on my PC, so. That's not how you spell cork, Diggy. Also look up Dark Matters. Dark Matters, I've heard that. No, you know it would be cool if you could do a new session with the original MacGyver theme song, but have the new variants of the cast in it. I don't even remember what the MacGyver theme song sounds like.
No, I don't. No idea. Can't remember that at all.
Stupid question time. There was a show on BBC 4 about zombies that were cured. Name, please. Cured? Z Nation. They found a cure in that one.
I've watched it to a certain bit. Mine's been iZombie.
iZombie, I think they found a cure in that.
Yeah. That's possible.
Court Castle. There you are. Diggy got it right now. Yeah. I would have a militia with that, mate. You would, mate. Dark Projects. Never heard of Dark Projects. What do they do?
That new sci-fi film looks quite good. It's like a kids with superpowers and they're being rounded up because they're a threat to the world. And it's a film coming out soon. I think it might be called Dark Thoughts or Darker Thoughts.
All right.
Looks quite good. Saw the trailer. You might have seen the trailer when you went to see Deadpool 2.
Do you know what? After 50 minutes of adverts, I really had to choose that. 50 minutes, 5-0. We timed it.
You need to go view.
Yeah.
For your film watch. It's cheaper. How much did it cost you to go there?
I think it was only 14 quid for both of us.
So £7 each.
Yeah.
It's the same price at View, but you get reclining leather seats.
And you can take your dinner in with you.
And you've got a foot room, and the seats are wide, and you've got a tray with a cup holder.
Next, they'll be advertising couple seats.
Oh, we love it since they've changed it.
Yeah. Jamie, textured paint with rocks and sand extra. Basically, get your paint and drop in up to 10% of rocks, sand, or grit. Yeah, 10% seems to be the right ratio for most house paints. Yeah, before it gets a bit too thick, and then brush it on. Make sure you clean your brushes afterwards because it's a nightmare get out if you don't. Just got my two Bud Spencer and Terence Hill minis. 18 will definitely be next. I Am Legend also healed.
Well, he thought he got the cure, didn't he?
Darker Projects, audio theatre in a dark shade. I have to look it up. Dude was a zombie that cured, and his sister killed zombies. I'm not really into zombie films, to be truthful.
Zombie films, but not the TV programs.
I
watched Walking Dead until about season 7.
And when once you get to the stage like this, it's just going to carry on.
The thing that I stopped watching it because they found this little truck full of supplies, and they met I think Jesus, as they called him at the time, the first time,
Yeah.
and then there was some sort of stupid kerfuffle, some sort of like almost slapstick fight on the edge of this little bit of downslope grass, and then the truck went into some lake. And at that point, I thought, oh, come on, this is just farce.
Yeah.
No, and I haven't watched it since then. I haven't seen any season 8 or anything.
No, to be truthful, I don't watch that much
And
TV
that's
at all.
one that Kez likes. I watched almost the first season.
iZombie.
Yeah, no, it's not iZombie, is it? It's the other one. The one with the guy who talks to himself on the army base on the radio station. Z Nation.
Z Nation. Z Nation's funny.
I watched about season 9. One thing that I quite liked but then didn't quite like is people were killed every episode.
Oh yeah, people die.
There wasn't many people that you managed to build up a rapport with, apart from the guy
No, because they get
who was
slaughtered
turning
quick.
into the zombie master, effectively.
They do get slaughtered damn quick. Return of the Living Dead is a solid zombie flick.
There's lots of good zombie flicks. The most recent one I've watched, which was good, was Girl with All the Gifts. Which is filmed instead.
It was filmed at the bus station, wasn't it?
The old bus depot.
It's really good. They need an apocalyptic setting, so they used our bus station because it didn't need any work.
I don't know, they did a lot of work on it and it looks fabulous. Looks brilliant. Really done a good job with that. Although it's supposed to be London in the programme.
It bloody ain't. I can now clean my mug in my studio as well. I'm quite chuffed with that. BBC One was supposed to pick up, but they never did. Like I say, I'm not a big television watcher. There's a few films that I'll watch, you know what I mean, and the new ones and stuff like that.
There's not much I watch on the telly, really.
But
watched Car Share the other night.
Yeah.
That was my favourite thing on telly. I like the IT crowds, mostly comedy stuff. But 8 out of 10 does count down. 8 out of 10 cats does count down. Like that's funny. QI before Sandy Toxic.
When it was Stephen Fry. Yeah.
There's not a lot I'll watch. I don't watch anything religiously. I like watching my baseball sometimes in sport.
Well, if you watched Ash versus the Evil Dead, yes, I have.
What's that?
Ash versus the Evil
Dead. Oh yeah, that's good. I got that on demand. That's brilliant. That's fantastic.
Boomstick.
That's just like watching the films again, all over. I really liked that. Yeah, Ash versus the Evil Dead. That was good.
I haven't worked with Paperclay. Sorry, mate.
I don't think that I watch a lot is Big Bang Theory. Watch that a lot.
Even I've gone off that.
Oh, I still find that hilarious even now. It's 11 seasons in. How many shows is that now? 224, I think, 11, 240, 260.
Vikings is brilliant.
I've not watched.
Although, if you want a show to watch, watch Norseman.
Oh, I've seen the trailer for that.
That is hilarious.
The show that I tried to watch, which I watched the first one because the BT put it on YouTube for free, was The Terror.
Yeah.
And that looked really good. I really enjoyed the first episode, but then could never find it on the television. Then when I did, I found it. It was on like episode 4, and I couldn't go back and watch the others. And I was like, oh, bugger.
Man. Hello, Fred.
Hello, Fred. How are you?
I'm alright, you?
You made it for the last 10 minutes too. Yeah, mate. Have me chair. Have me
Sorry, I'm a bit late. I'm never up to speed.
Nice things.
If you don't know, Fred Phillips, fine art painter. My neighbour downstairs, good mate. So we're just chilling, mate.
As I say on the BBC, hello, good evening, and welcome.
They are very posh, isn't he? The Expanse, yeah, The Expanse is good. Kez has been watching that. Earth Final Conflict.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Earth Final Conflict. Which one was that?
That's the one that got turned into a video game. It's the one with the great big arches.
Ah, right, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's quite good. It was on Sci-Fi. Didn't last very long.
We're basically talking about zombie films and stuff like that.
Okay,
yeah. We've gone off terrain. We've done our nosy in at terrain and that sort of stuff. I've just cleaned my studio and I don't want to get it dirty tonight. I want to leave it clean. And so I've been like avoiding actually terrain making this evening. Yeah. So it's like
I'm feeling pretty zomboid tonight, so
I'm not surprised. How are you doing? How's that picture going?
Not bad, thank you. It's going along slowly because of my arthritic hands. So I never was fast in the first place. I'm even slower now. So geologic pace I'll go at.
You haven't had the second knock yet, have you?
No, I'm waiting for the second.
Breaking Bad is good squiblet. Vikings is horrible as Vikings. If it would be fantasy barbarians for soft porn, it would be good. Then again, Odin can say that because he spends his summer living as a Viking, doesn't he? He's a Viking researcher.
Oh, right,
so every summer he goes and lives as a Viking to research how they lived. And so the TV show wouldn't be up to his standards.
Right. They refer to him as Viking, as opposed to Viking. I don't know which is the right way of saying it.
Viking?
Viking, yeah.
Odin! Come on. We need the answer, dude. He'll know. Trust me.
There are certain places in Europe that pronounce the V's with.
He works teaching history, doesn't he, at a university? Odin.
He does something with history, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
yeah, I'm sure.
Interesting people, the Vikings. They got all over. They got to China, Russia. They went into Russia via the rivers.
Yeah.
And when the river was too shallow, they take the boat and carry it on their backs.
That's called portage, you know.
Yeah, and then put it back in the river again when it was deep again. Is that a fact? Yeah,
yeah, it's called portage because we used to do it when we were kayaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used to hit a bit and you oh shit, we've got to carry it now. And I'll tell you what, carrying a kayak down a stream whilst you're actually in the stream is not an easy task.
That's probably a bit easier than a Viking ship.
Viking ship would be substantial.
Yeah, long ships weren't small.
Solid oak.
Yeah.
It would shit you up, wouldn't it? You know, here come the Vikings. Are they in the boat? No, they're carrying it up the river.
They're carrying the boat. What? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The women and children are in the boat.
Yeah.
The Revenant is good, yeah.
The Revenant, yeah, that's a good film.
Yeah. Defiance is good.
The Revenant, you know, when he gets caught up in the woods with a bear.
Yeah.
I was once in the woods in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There was a bear suddenly appeared, and it was pitch black. It was really dark, and we went for a walk in the woods. Not a good idea.
Why did you go walking in the woods in Wisconsin in the picture? Whose idea was that?
Actually, it wasn't my idea. We were the group of people, and somebody said, "Oh, let's go for a walk in the woods." And it seemed like a good idea at the time.
As these things do.
And we got about 150 yards from the house, which was in the middle of the forest, and there was this primeval growl. So, you know, you've seen Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It sounded like that. All the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. We just all froze because you couldn't see where it was. It sounded really close. It wasn't far away.
Yeah.
And it was really frightening. So we just had to just very slowly walk away.
We're done here.
Not run. Not run. Yeah.
No, what do you call it? I've never had that scary of a situation in the woods. Woke up with a snake sleeping on me.
Well, actually, we had a friend with us who had a Glock, 9mm, and he said, "Don't worry," he said, "I'll shoot it." And somebody said to him, "Don't shoot it, you'll just irritate it."
Piss it off.
Just like getting a splinter in your finger.
You're just going to make it angry, mate.
Just irritate it.
I didn't.
They're renowned for their resilience, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Pronunciation over text. No,
And the
do you have a
dog.
dream project terrain-wise?
Yeah,
Yeah, my castle build, mate. I've talked about it lots in the past.
Yeah, they don't frighten with loud noises usually.
Do bears shit in the woods? Yeah, but sometimes they do it in my brother-in-law's living room.
Oh, yeah, they'll get in your house if they can, yeah.
Viking, look at that. That's the proper pronunciation of Viking. Thank you, Odin.
Which is what? Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
Vatkin.
Vatkin. Is it Vatkin?
Vatkin.
Vatkin. Wow.
Yeah. Vatkin.
I tried to text you back without rocks, and you could always just good old dirt from outside and make sure you bake it to kill off the bacteria. You can, but it depends on what sort of dirt you've got. As long as you've got as long as you've got earth or silicon-based dirt, i.e. sand-based dirt. If you've got clayey ground, don't mix that in with your paint.
It'll never dry.
Yeah, and it'll clump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a nightmare. And the problem is, I mean, that's why I don't actually use earth. Yeah, because we're in the potteries. All the ground round here is just full of clay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's why the potteries is here, because we sit on like a 20-mile wide slab of clay in the Midlands.
They say that's the reason why potholes are called potholes.
Go on.
It might be urban myth, I don't know, but in the 16th, 17th century, the potters around Burslem and everything, sometimes instead of digging a clay pit, when they got a bit lazy, they just nip out and dig a bit of clay from underneath from where the road was, because the road had already been dug out, if you like.
Right.
So they'd dig some clay out of the road and go off and make their pots, and then they'd be called a pothole.
That's
Makes
interesting.
sense.
It does.
So we invented potholes here.
Stoke. Well, considering the state of our roads, you know, I mean,
God, it's terrible.
it's perfectly understandable. We still lead the world in potholes.
We have a
Perhaps they
world-class
still do
collection
it.
of them.
Yeah.
Perhaps they still do it. That's why, because there's certainly enough around, isn't there?
Oh man, yeah, they are repairing them. I mean, the council had some
Slowly.
grief over the potholes, didn't they? Because I mean, the potholes in Stoke were getting that ridiculous.
Yeah, they were
Okay, and
getting
if you don't think we're telling the truth, what you want to see is any of the cemeteries in Stoke-on-Trent.
Right.
Go and have a look when they've dug up their 6 foot to put a grave in. Half of it's clay.
Clay,
Yeah.
You see the
Red
pile, it's
clay,
orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's orange pile of earth, not brown like you'd expect.
No,
most
no,
other
it's clay.
places.
But that's why I don't use
You can't
dirt.
dig much more than a couple of feet in your garden before
Yeah.
you hit clay.
Down south it's sandy soil.
Yeah, which is really good.
Lighter colour, yeah.
Well, you've got 3 types. You've got
Yeah.
essentially earth, which is what we think of farming earth.
Brown earth.
Yeah, you've got the clay earth, which is what we've got here.
Yeah.
And then you've got the silica, which is basically the sandy, dusty stuff.
That's
Yeah.
good drainage.
The sandy,
yeah.
dusty stuff is the best.
Yeah.
The normal farming earth is okay if you dry it out.
Yeah.
The clay, don't be trying to make terrain with that. You are just going to have a bad time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way you can tell the difference is when you pick it up, the sandy, dusty stuff will just fall through your fingers because it's so fine. Okay, if it's normal earth, the way to tell normal sort of farming earth from clay, yeah, is if you roll it round in your hands. Okay, normal earth will break down with a little bit of water and go like sloppy mud. If you use wet hands and you roll clay, it'll roll into a ball. So if it goes sloppy, it's fine. If it runs through your fingers, it's fine. Yeah. If it's a ball, yeah, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Process
Make,
on it.
make a boar's head, though.
Yeah.
Silicates are bad for your health.
Yeah.
I imagine they are, but I mean, it's not actually silica, is it? In the actual in like the dirt.
In sand, you mean?
Yeah.
No, it's sand.
Yeah.
Soil, Rob, it's sand. Yeah.
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 It's just like silica, you know what I mean? Because that's the
Right.
manufactured version, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the plasticated version. Plasticated version. That's a lie.
No, can't take that. Not speaking to my landlord now. Right. Applied to a hole in the road. To a hole. Right, what's Fred saying? Actually, according to Epinon, pothole, 1862, originally a geological feature in glaciers and gravel beds from Middle English pot, a deep hole for mining or for peat digging.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, we shout. Look, we didn't invent it.
Oh.
We do still lead the world in potholes, though. Greetings, matey. Applied to a hole in a road from 1909. Yeah, we lost out on that one. Hey ho. Right, we're on 25 minutes past, yeah, and I've got a bike home before the sun goes down.
Which it is going.
Yes, it is slowly going down. Yeah, so I'm going to call it. Yeah, I will be back on Sunday. Yeah, at home, that is a guaranteed, and I'm in the studio all next week because Kez is at work. Well, she's at home, but she's at work, and we'll figure it, guys. We'll figure it.
You didn't finish telling them about that.
What?
Quickly, about Kez's split shifts, about what sort of hours she's doing. That's why it messes with.
Did I not?
No, you started, but then you
We got distracted.
Yeah, as usual.
Yeah, Kez's job. She starts at She starts at 2 a.m. Okay, for the morning shift. Finishes at 7:30, and in the evening she starts at 8 and finishes at midnight, 1 o'clock.
Wow.
And to be truthful, I did sort of point out, say, well, why don't you go till 8 like 8 and do a 12-hour shift? Because you finish, pretty much just before your next shift starts anyway.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but there's reasons apparently.
I suppose 12 till 2 is like an extended lunch.
Midnight. Yeah, but like I say, so she's doing split shifts. I'll have the kids, that sort of stuff. So it'll be up and down for a couple of weeks till we figure out a rota. Once we've got a rota, we'll be absolutely fine. And you're right, don't go on the Stoke streets after dark.
Certain Stoke streets, certainly.
I've got to bike past the uni after dark.
You'll be alright there. There's lots.
As long as I go quick enough.
There's enough fast food joints there that you'll be okay.
Yeah, enough lighted.
Because if you've got £18,000 to spare, you could buy a Saracen armoured car and they're 4-wheel drive, so you'd have no problem on the.
Do you know what? You can buy a Warrior for £5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, very talking.
And that's got a 40mm cannon on the top.
That'll
No
clear out
problems with that.
Yeah.
that'll clear out a few queues being outside Maxine.
Right, listen, I'm going to give you a shout, guys. Listen, to all you guys, I will see you Sunday night. And in the meantime, look after yourself, yeah? Bye from me and bye from these. Say goodbye, folks.
Bye.
Ta.